students, welcome back. Today I am Anuradha from DPS and Lamachar, going to start another topic of the same chapter, that is human health and disease. So in this chapter already we have covered about the diseases, okay, and immunity, and some more diseases we have covered in the previous lecture. We have done about the AIDS. So today here we are going to discuss another one, that is the cancer. This one is the most important. We all know that nowadays we are listening that the cancer is growing rapidly. Okay, so what are the causes and how it is affecting, and what are the reasons behind it, right? So one by one we will understand it here. So the first thing about the cancer, so what do you understand by cancer? Okay, so how can you say that it is a cancer? So we can say that when there will be abnormal growth of cells, okay, because we are the multicellular organisms, our body is made up of different types of cells, and all the cells keeps on dividing, right? So but here in case of cancer, what happens that this division is uncontrolled. It means that there must be a proper time and there must be a proper span of division in the normal cells. If I will talk about the normal cells, what should be the characteristic? That there should be a controlled growth, right? But in case of this cancer, the growth or the proliferation of cells will be uncontrolled. For example, if it is a cell, okay, having nucleus, so we know that different types of cells are present. Okay, different types of cells are present like this. Okay, if any of the cell grow proliferated, or if any of the cells grow more and more, if it will take more and more area and we are not able to control it, what will happen? It will take more and more area, and here only there will be again cell division. Okay, again these cells will repeatedly divide, and due to this what will happen? There will be formation of tumor. Okay, so what we are saying, that cancer is what? When there is an uncontrolled or abnormal growth or the proliferation of cells takes place, this is known as cancer. And here one more important thing, if there will be more cells, what will happen? We know that each and every cell of our body needs nutrition for their proper growth and development, right? If there will be abnormal growth, or if the population of cells will be more, so they will compete for the nutrition. What they will do? They will compete for their nutrition, and the cells which are present here, okay, the normal cells, they will not be able to take nutrition properly, and the proper metabolism will get affected here, right? So we can say that the first thing what is happening, the first and foremost thing, abnormal division of cells takes place during the cancer, right? Yeah. So now another important, very important thing from the point of view NEET, as well as from the point of view of your board examination. What is it? Contact inhibition. Contact inhibition. So we can see this contact inhibition in case of normal cells. In our body, whatever the normal cells which are present, they possess what type of mechanism? Contact inhibition, right? But during the cancer, our body lost this mechanism, that is contact inhibition. So now the question arises, what it is? Same thing, if I say this is the cell, okay, same which we have drawn earlier, group of cells. Okay, there are group of cells. Now what happens in a normal cells? All the cell divide itself, okay, and grow itself. But when it will attain a proper size, it will stop itself. Okay, what is saying? Inhibition means that when the cells comes or overlap the another cells, when any of the cell overlap the neighboring cells, so what happens in the normal case? They will inhibit the growth of a particular cell, right? But in case of cancer cells, if this is a cancer cell. If it is increasing its size, so the surrounding one will not be able to inhibit the growth of this cancer cells. Okay, so likewise it keeps on growing and growing, right? So what we are saying, they will lose the mechanism of contact inhibition which takes place normally in the normal healthy cells, right? Another important thing which we have discussed here, that repeated division of cancerous cells. We are saying that if it will be a cancerous cell, what will happen? Multiple cell division takes place, and due to this, what will happen? The size will get increased. Okay, that size will not be able to differentiate. We will not be able to differentiate those many cells, and as a result, what it will form? It will form a large mass of cells which cannot be differentiated. Okay, so we can say that that large mass of cells which is formed by the repeated division, it is known as what? Tumors. Okay, this is the initial one. We can say it is the initial stage of any cancer, right? How? Because it is increasing its growth, it is increasing its population, right? So what is tumor? When there will be a large mass of cells or group of cells which not able to differentiate, it is known as tumor. Okay, now these tumors are present in our body. If you will talk about the warts, moles, what are they? They are also a increased mass of cells. Am I right? These are also the increased mass of cell, but they stop dividing after some time and they are not able to move from one place to another. That's why we can say it is a type of tumor, but it's not the dreadful one. Okay, so one by one we will understand that what are the different types of tumors and which one will be the fatal one, right? So another term which is mentioned here, metastasis. Very, very important term. How? As I have said, it has increased its size here, right? It has increased its size. Now what will happen? This will form group of cells. What it will form? This will form group of cells, and these are what? These are the cancerous cell which formed after the repeated division. Now when this cell form a accumulation of mass, what you will call it? Tumor. Okay, what you will call it? Mass of cell. Now where it will increase its size as well as its number, what it will do? It will move from one place to another place with the help of fluid. Okay, we know that capillaries are present all over the body. So with the help of this capillaries or with the help of the fluid, these cells will move towards the another side, and this phenomena is known as what? Metastasis, right? So what is metastasis? That invasion of cancer cells. Okay, the cancer cells will go another place and it will capture that another place also. So what is it? Invasion of cancer from one part to the other parts by the body fluids. And what can be the body fluids? It can be the blood or sometimes it can be the lymph, right here. So we can say that metastasis is what? When the cancerous cells move from one side to another cells and invade to the another part also. It is, that one is metastasis, right? Now as I have said that after the division of cells, what will happen? It is forming the accumulation of mass. So what it is? It is tumor. So tumors can be of two types. What are they? Benign tumor and the malignant tumor. Okay, what is it? Benign tumor as well as the malignant tumor. So what is this benign tumor? If I will ask the difference between these two, so what can be the difference? The first one is that in which the division takes place, okay, but after some times it will stop. So it will not go for a long period of time. It will stop after some time. As I have given example of what? Warts and moles, which is present in your body. So this is also a type of cell division, but it will not grow after some time, it will stop after some time, but the malignant tumor, it keeps on dividing again and again. First point. Second point, this benign tumor is not the diseased one. Okay, it will not be harmful one, but this malignant tumor will form the cancer. What it will form? It will form the cancer when it will move from one place to another place. And this benign tumor, it will not follow this metastasis. It will not move from one part to another part. Right here. So these are the some difference between the benign tumor as well as the malignant tumor. Right. Now comes to that, what are the causes of cancer? How the cancer takes place? We have heard that chewing of tobacco or smoking, these are the factors for the cancer. But how it is affecting? Okay, how it is affecting? Because it is affecting at a cellular level. What they are affecting? They are affecting at a cellular level. These are the agents which are activating this cell. Okay, what they are doing? These are the agents. They are activating the cells. As a result, what will happen? There will be division takes place and formation of the cancerous cell. So how we can say the causes? We have categorized this one as a carcinogens. Okay, we have divided as a some carcinogens are there, some viruses are there, as well as some genes are present which are responsible for causing cancer in any individual. And it doesn't very important, or it doesn't specific that all of the individuals are susceptible for this cancer. Some may be susceptible or some may not be susceptible. It all depends upon their immunity as well as upon their gene or the agents. Right? The first one which I have mentioned here, carcinogens. Another question very important. What are the carcinogens? Previously we have done mutagens. What were the mutagens? The agents which are causing the mutation, that is known as the mutagens, right? And the carcinogens are those agents which are causing cancer. Those agents are known as carcinogens. So these carcinogens can be of different types according to their names we have written here: physical carcinogen, chemical carcinogen, biological carcinogen, radiation carcinogen. Okay, so what is this physical carcinogen? Physical carcinogen means physically outer part. Okay, so what can be this one? Taking the tobacco, this one can be under the physical carcinogens. Eating, chewing the betel, this one is the carcinogens, right? So this is all about the physical carcinogens which are affecting the body, and after you consuming that one, what happens? It is affecting the cells of our body. Okay. Now second one is the chemical. Chemical carcinogens are what? Those are the chemicals. Like we know that in case of some factories, they are liberating some chemicals, or the alcohol which is we are consuming and it will act inside our body. Okay, so like this, so there are so many chemicals, cadmium. So all these chemicals are also cause of causing the cancer here, right? Then biological means that those are the living one. What are the living one? Some viruses are there. Okay, some virus like hepatitis B and C. These are the viruses which will lead to the cause of cancer here. Okay, now comes to the fourth one, radiations. Radiations are what? Those radiations which can cause the cancer. For example, we have heard about the UV rays. This can be the cancer. X-rays. So these rays, when they're affecting at the cell level, what they are doing? They are activating the cell and causing the mutation. What are the mutation? Sudden inheritable change at the cell level or the gene level. So here what happens, that all they're activating, okay, all they are changing at that level, and due to this what will happen? There will be division of cells more and more, and it will lead to the cancerous cells. Okay. Now another one which I have said, cause of cancer, viruses. Some viruses are also there. For example, we are saying that oncogenic viruses. See, whenever we are talking about the cancer, Okay, the term oncology, okay, what does it mean? It means that related to cancer, right? And the study of cancer, when we are talking about the cancer, so what is that scientific study of cancer? Oncology. Okay, what it is? Oncology. And the people, those who are specialists in the cancer, or we can say those specialists for treating this cancer, what are they? Oncologist. What are they? Oncologist. Right here. So same thing we are discussing here. Some viruses are there, okay, which are causing the cancer. And we know that when any of the disease, when our immune system will become weak, what will happen? It will surrounded by different types of diseases. Okay, and due to this, what will happen? There may be chances of more cancer. For example, if I will talk about the AIDS. AIDS is what? Caused by the HIV virus, right? During the HIV, our body will become weak. Our immune system, because it is affecting what? It is affecting the lymphocytes. Okay, so it is affecting our immune system. Due to that, immune will become weak. So many disease will be there, and as a result, this cancer will be also there. Okay, so some of the viruses, directly or indirectly, they are causing the cancer. And same thing as we have said, carcinogens, these are the agent for causing the cancer. And viruses are what? These are the viruses which are causing the cancer, and these are known as the oncogenic viruses. And as a result, we can say that some viral oncogenes are present. Okay, now third cause can be the genes. It can be at the gene level. If somebody having the genetical effect, if in their genes this cancerous cells will be there, so it may be in the next generation, right? So we can say that in every individual, okay, whether any of the individual, they are having what? They are having the oncogenes. It doesn't mean that oncogenes are always present in the cancerous individual. No. Okay, so these oncogenes, we can say, if it is of oncogenes which is present in all the individuals, okay, so it is covered by some of the suppressor cells. Okay, this gene is covered by the suppressor cells. But as any of the carcinogens, okay, as any of the agent comes here, what will happen? It will remove that suppressor which has covered this oncogenes. Right now, in any of the healthy individual, these oncogenes are in inactive form. What are they? These oncogenes are in inactive form. As any of the radiation or any of the agents comes in contact with this oncogenes, or what will happen? It will remove the suppressor cells, and now this oncogenes will become active. When it is getting activated, when any of the agents coming in contact with this oncogenes, as a result, what will happen? This oncogenes will give rise to the division of cells, and it will form the mass of cells, tumor. And after that, this mass of cells will move from one place to another site. What it will form? It will form the cancer. So this is the whole sequence here. So same thing I have said, that in any of the normal cells, okay, what type of genes are present? Oncogenes are present, and that oncogenes, they are known as C, or the cellular oncogenes. Make sure the terms must be clear here. The oncogenes which are present in any of the normal cells, they are known as the cellular oncogenes, or in short, we are writing C-on. Okay, these are also known as proto-oncogenes. Means that previously they are present here. They are previously present here, known as proto-oncogenes, and they are present in inactive form. When any of the agents come in contact with it, what will happen? This C-onc, or the C cellular oncogene, or the proto-oncogenes get activated, or we have said that turned on. Okay, they turned on, and it will lead to the cancer. And the mechanism will be same, that there will be abnormal division of cells, as a result formation of tumor here, right here. So that much we have done in this part. Now if I will talk about the different types of cancer, because we know that cancer can be of different types. It can be of the breast cancer, it can be caused, can be the lung cancer, so cervix cancer. So many types of cancers are there. Okay, on the basis of that, names are there like sarcoma. Because sarcoma is what? The cancer which is related to the muscles, okay, which is related to the bones. So that comes under sarcoma. And another type of cancer, we can say leukemia. Leukemia is what? It is a type of blood cancer, the cancer which is affecting the cells of the body. Okay, so that comes under the leukemia. And so many types of cancer are there here according to their site, how they are affecting. So now we have done that how the mechanism of causing this cancer or tumor, as well as the causes of cancer. Now comes to the cancer detection and diagnosis. So how can we detect it that cancer is there, or what are the techniques? So we will discuss one by one techniques. The first one is the blood and bone marrow test. So in this test, what we are going to do, we will understand that how the increase of blood cells. Okay, we know that in case of cancer, what will happen? There will be increase of blood cells. Okay, so here we will we will test the count of cells. Okay, as well as second technique is biopsy. Biopsy is what? Whenever there may be some chance of cancer, we are sending the sample. Or what type of sample? We are taking some part or some part of skin, or wherever the cancer cells are present, we are taking that section and cutting into the thin slices. And after cutting into the thin slices, we are staining as well as observing under the microscope. So as a result, what you will see, that there will be changes in the cell under the microscope. Okay, so we can see that how that after that division there will be increase of mass or increase of cell. So it will show that, or we can say it can prove that cancer cells are present. Okay, and this is also known as histopathological studies, because in which we are talking about the pathology of the tissues. Okay, in which we are dealing with the tissues, how they are growing their cells. Okay, so biopsy technique can be there to detect the cancerous cells. Okay, now another one is the radiography. Radiography is what? In which we are using the radiations. What type of radiation? X-ray. Okay, we are using the X-rays here and finding that whether there will be increase of cells or not. Okay, if it will be increase of cell or the unnecessary or the uncontrolled growth, so at that time we can say cancer may be there. So here another one technique is CT. CT is what? Computed tomography. This one is also important. What is CT? CT is a computed tomography, and in this also what we are using? We are using the X-rays, but here what we are doing? We are seeing or we are observing the cells from all the sides. Okay, we are using the 3D from all the part. So what we are using? We are using the X-rays. Okay, and we are observing the 3D structure of that part, and after observing this, we can detect the cancerous cells, right? Another one is the MRI. MRI full form is very important, magnetic resonance imaging. In this one, what we are using? We are using the magnetic one. Okay, or we are providing the magnetic area under that one. We are detecting that whether cells are increasing or the increased cells are present or not. Okay, so in MRI what we are using? We are applying the high magnetic effect as well as the non-ionizing radiations, right? So this technique is also very important. And the another one is a monoclonal antibodies. Okay, we know that if any of the pathogen attacks in our body, so what happens? That antibodies are forming. So if any cancerous cells will be there, okay, if any cancerous or any affected cells will be there, so what will happen? There will be formation of the antibodies for that particular one. Okay, so on the basis of that antibodies, we can detect that these antibodies are responsible for the cancerous cells, and it is increasing this antibodies when there will be increase of cancerous cell. So we can see the count of these antibodies, and on the basis of this thing we can verify the cancerous cells, right here. So these are the techniques by which we can detect the cancer. Okay, now comes to the treatment. We know that now we come to know that what are the causes, what can be the techniques which we can use here. So what can be the treatment of this cancer? We know that cancer can be curable, but when we will come to know in the initial stage. Okay, we know that the initial stage is what? Tumor stage, right? Tumor stage is there. Then another stage is what? In which it will reach up to the lymph nodes. Okay, so there will be another step, and when it will reach the nodes, and the last step is what? Last step when there will be that movement or transfer of the cancerous cell from one place to another place. This one will be the third stage, and in the third stage it is very difficult to treat the cancer. Okay, so if we will come to know about this cancerous cell in the only first stage, okay, which is a tumor stage, so at that time we can treat it by the different methods. Okay, and after that in the second or third stage we nowadays we are treating, but somehow these are the difficult one. Okay, so we'll start with the treatment. The first one is the surgery. What is the meaning of surgery? Surgery means that if any of the cells, if we are getting that these are the cells, okay, these are the cells and they are forming the cancerous cells here, what we are doing? We are, for example, as I have said, this is the cancerous cells. Okay, among them this one is the cancerous cells. What we are doing? We are removing this part. Okay, we are removing, or any of the organ, if any place the cancerous cell is forming, we are removing by the help of surgery, so that it will not move from one place to another place. Okay, but this treatment should be done before the metastasis. Okay, what is metastasis? In which there will be movement of cancerous cell from one place to another cell. So before that, what we are doing? We are removing that particular part. So it is done by the surgery, right here. Now comes to the second one, that is a radiation therapy. In this radiation therapy, if it is a cancerous cell, okay, if it is a cancerous cells, what we are doing? We are providing radiations. Okay, we are irradiating this cancerous cell with the different types of radiations like the x-rays. Okay, so with the help of this, what will happen? It will remove or it will destroy this cancerous cells, as well as what it is doing? It is protecting the surrounding cells also. Okay, so that it will not affect the surrounding cells. So in this method, what we are doing? We are providing the radiations to break down the cancerous cell from a particular area, right? So that it cannot move from one place to another place, or it cannot affect the other neighboring cells, right? So this is the radiation therapy or the radiotherapy. Another one is a chemotherapy. Chemotherapy means that we are providing the drugs for the cancerous cells. Okay, so in chemotherapy, the name itself indicates what we are doing. We are providing the drugs, and the drugs which we are providing to the patient, what happens that it is affecting, or it is going where the growth is more. Okay, so for example, we know that cancer is what? When there will be uncontrolled growth. So the drugs which we are providing to the patient, what it will do? It will target where? Into the fast growing cells. And the disadvantage of this chemotherapy is that because these drugs are targeting to the fast growing cells, so in our hair also, what is there? Hair follicle. So hair follicle, they are having the cells which are very fast division. Okay, due to that the drugs will act on the hair follicles. As a result, it will lose the hair from the individual. That's why you have seen that the patients which has been under treatment of cancer, they are not having their hairs. Why? Because the drugs which are providing, they are providing the side effect to the hair follicles. As a result, what happens? The hair gets removed from the head. Okay, so this is the chemotherapy, right? Now immunotherapy, as I'm saying that everything is dependent on the immunity. AIDS will be there, so it is affecting our immune system. Okay, so here what is happening, our immune system should be good, so that whatever the treatment we are providing, it should not be hindered. So in this treatment, what we are providing some antibodies or the immunities, and for that we are using the biological modifiers, that is alpha interferons. Okay, so these are what, again this is important, alpha interferons. These are the biological modifiers which we are providing to the cancerous patient. Okay, so that it will increase the formation of antibodies, right? So this is how we are giving treatment to the cancer patient. Okay, so today we have covered this topic of cancer here. So that's all for today. Thank you.